old buddy Samurai Guitarist.
What's that, Sean?
Nashville's known for a lot of things.
Yeah. Country music, Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, Predators. Strange name for a hockey team, but okay, Maybe they didn't want to run that one back. But they're also known for something else.
Nashville tuning.
A specific, it's funny, it's like, is this a tuning? This is more like a hack than anything.
Yeah.
Tell me about Nashville tuning, what is it? I've heard a lot, I've never actually played anything in Nashville tuning, I've heard about it though.
Okay, so if you have a 12 string, typically what you would have is on your high E string up here, it's the string that's doubled. The B string is doubled, and then when you get to the G string, you have a G, but then you also have a G an octave higher paired with that one, and then the same thing going forward. The D is paired with the D, the octave higher, A octave higher, E an octave higher. So what the Nashville tuning does is it basically takes a 12 string and breaks it apart. So you would have your typically tuned guitar like this one, and then all those extra strings that are different than a standard tuned guitar are what make up a Nashville tuned guitar. So it's still the same type of thing, E, A, D, G, B, E. It just so happens though that the low E is an octave higher, A is an octave higher, D is an octave higher, G is an octave higher, and then the B and the E are the same.
Okay, and the reason you would do this, I think, is more of a recording situation or a blending situation.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody do this live, or I don't know why they would do this live. And the idea is if we played the same thing at the same time, it now sounds like a 12 string.
It adds like a texture. So, all right, so I'm going to play C, G, A minor, F.
Okay.
Okay?
Like
And then we'll do it together. So I'll be like C, G, A minor, F.
Okay, and so maybe I'll play it now by myself.
Yes, okay.
So that sounds like...
Almost mandolin rangy, right?
But together.
Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Nashville. The sound of a predator skating across the ice.
Yeah, and so I think like the question comes, it's like, okay, well, why didn't you just use a 12 string? Because you're essentially doing the same thing. And in any live situation you would, any performance-based situation, but when you do this, you can start doing some interesting studio techniques. So like, first of all, you could have these pans slightly differently, which you couldn't do with the 12 string. You can't split up the strings in the mix, but if you're listening back to it, you could have this guitar panned over here, this one over here, and it creates an interesting effect between the two. But besides that, it's also like, you're never gonna play the same thing identically in the same way that you would play a 12 string. All those strings are ringing out the same. But no matter how much we practice it, it's not going to be perfect. And that slight variation, I think, creates a fair bit of interest.
And even just like open strings versus closed voicings. Like I could get somewhere in that range by playing a higher C up there in recording, but it's
different though, because like this note here is not available, I don't think, on a normal guitar. You just get a different sounding thing.
It's a texture, really, yeah?
Let's do a single note line together.
Okay.
How about like F, C, G, C. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that could be a really interesting thing to hear on a record. And then you could even start doing other weird things like doubling this one, having this guitar in the middle. This one could be doubled on either side, pan both ways, and that just like creates a different sound, and there's only one way to create that kind of thing. Nashville tuning.
There's a famous Elliott Smith song that uses Nashville tuning.
Oh yeah, is there?
Tomorrow. Check that one out.
I actually can't think of many songs that use it. I know there are some.
But I think that's just the point. It doesn't stand out. It just blends super well.
Yeah, I think the Beatles did it at some points.
Oh really? In Nashville, those famous Nashville boys, the four lads from Nashville, those famous Nashville lads. Nashville takes credit for everything, like the Nashville numbering system.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is like a 1, 5, 6, 4. Like, Beethoven used triads too. Nashville.
It's a Beethoven.
I don't know why I'm so salty about Nashville right now, but yeah, Nashville tuning. The interesting thing about this is on a Martin LX. This is a very inexpensive way to get into something like this, because it's still a Martin guitar with a solid wood top, so it sounds great. and it's like under $500.
Yeah, and you don't.
So
you would never want to like do this on your main expensive guitar. Because
watch me, a street legend D28. Real ballers would Nashville tune in a street legend D28.
You could, but like a guitar like this, that's much more affordable.
Yeah, something small, and also it is going to sound different too. Like a smaller body guitar is going to have more of like that.
This is the perfect guitar for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but the one that I have had Nashville tuned in my studio is just my parlor.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you have a Nashville.
I have had it tuned like that, but it doesn't stay like that because you don't use it that much. It's a rare special thing that has limited application.
But here's the thing, it's like, you always want an excuse to buy another guitar. So here's your excuse. Be like, oh, Samurai and Sean said I need to buy a Martin LX to keep a guitar in Nashville tuning. And it is easier to play too. Like maybe if you were like starting like a kid out on a guitar, it's still in standard tuning. The thing that trips me up is how the octave switch.
Yeah, but you can't think of it like that. You just conceptualize it the exact same way. You're not like thinking, oh, my scale is going to be like.
It's like how like a ukulele has like that high G, low C, E, A. That always trips me up scale wise.
I just don't even conceptualize it like that though. I just think this is a standard tune guitar.
Switch me. Let me see this.
No, actually, you could get some cool things going on if you.
For sure, it makes it sound like you're really a scale wizard, right? How about a little E major? So I have a friend named Rory, and this is his favorite chord, E major 7. So let's do E in 3.
It's a lot of fun to play with somebody else.
Yeah, it's funny, the scale thing is kind of.
Yeah, you can't think of it like, oh, now I'm jumping up, and so I have to go like. Yeah.
I think we should take him out on a blues jam mini, because this is like our right.
Here we go. Blues jam mini.
All right, 1, 2, 3.